The modern city of Centurion is situated south of Pretoria, South Africa's capital. Centurion is an important industrial and commercial hub in Gauteng province and is home to many major multinational and national organizations. Centurion was a focal point for the Total Rally South Africa, second round of both the FIA African and South African Rally Championships. Veteran South African rallyists Skalkberger and Fitzwonderful powered their Subaru to victory in the Namibian International Toyota Tara Rally, and the pair topped the FIA African Rally Championship standings after one round.
There's going to be a lot of pressure because there's a lot of foreign competitors, and the local cars that qualifies as well for the Africa event. But we're going to do our own pace and try our own rally.
Skalkberger and Fitzwonderful have 10 points in the FIA African Rally Championship. 8-time South African Rally champion Serge Damso and co-driver Guy Hodgson lead the South African Rally Championship after winning the season-opening Volkswagen Tour Natal in the Castrol Toyota. Here's shown in action in Namibia.
Well, it was a good start of the year. I hope I can keep it going, and I think between Yanni and myself, I think it's going to be a flat out from the start to the end if we can keep it all together. It all depends how the event goes.
Damso and Hodgson topped the championship log ahead of Group N winner Johnny Gemmell and Jan Hubbig and Douglas Judd. Toyotas dominate the top 12 placings in the championship. The modern facilities at the Centurion Vehicle Testing Centre were used for technical inspection for the 59 cars entered in the Total Rally South Africa. It was also an opportunity for crews to renew acquaintances and catch up on some last-minute preparations before heading to Samrand for the traditional Super Special. 51 South African and 8 foreign crews entered this challenging two-day event organized by the Sports Car Club of South Africa. The foreign contingent included hopefuls from Britain, New Zealand, Namibia, Zimbabwe, Zambia and Kenya. On to the Samrand Super Special, where there was a festive atmosphere. Jugglers, skydivers and an aerobatics display kept the large crowd entertained before the rally got underway proper. The Super Special featured 2 similar courses, with 2 cars competing against each other and the clock. There were 19 VWs, 24 Toyotas, 3 Subarus, 2 Mitsubishis, 1 Ford, 5 Nissans, 1 Honda, 1 MGB GT and 1 BMW entered. The slowest cars in the field would start first, and the results of the Super Special would determine the starting order the following day. John Lloyd, second in Namibia, was making his first appearance in South Africa.
I'm delighted to be here. I've always wanted to come to a proper event in South Africa. I'm equally delighted to be lying second in the championship. I didn't expect that. Namibia was the first time I'd ever been to the country, let alone anything else. And we were helped a little bit by a couple of retirements, but we did well, and I'm pleased to be here. If I can pick up a few points here, I've now decided to go to Zimbabwe. And then take a rain check after that, see where I'm lying in the championship.
Cape Town businessman Fernando Rueda secured last-minute sponsorship from Total Morocco Swallows, one of South Africa's leading soccer teams. A move which sparked the interest of the Ajax soccer team, also sponsored by Total.
Yes, we managed to sign a sponsor last night with Total Moroccan Swallows. They've never done anything like this, and what they're trying to do is bring rallying to the people in Africa. You know, in certain parts of Africa like Kenya, rallying is a lot more well received than soccer. So what they're trying to do is try to bring a similar thing to South Africa. It was a great idea. They asked me if I was prepared to do it, and I said for sure.
Time for action as Roger Pierce in the MGB GT and Nkusanati Nzimandi in the VW fight it out. The N1 class for 1.4 litre cars included a media challenge with journalists from popular magazines Bill, Drive, Cars in Action and Top Car fighting it out in identical Castrol Toyota Taz entries. Former motocross rider and circuit racing champion Martinez Breers decided to give rallying a try this year and made his debut in the N1 class in the Tour Natal in the Volkswagen Tour Chico. Could he achieve a class win on the Total Rally South Africa? Not if N1 class winner on the Tour Natal, Michael Houghton, has his way. The S20 class for non-homologated vehicles featured 2 off-road contenders in the form of Yaki Ube and the Volvo turbo-powered Jojo Tanks VW, and Geniel de Villiers in the Nissan Hardbody, one similar to the vehicle in which Hannes Kobler and Richard Leek won the Namibian event and the Barberspan 500 off-road race. Zimbabweans James White in the ex-Paolo Piazzamuso Ford Escort RS 2000 and Richard Robinson in the Castrol Toyota Conquest 4x4 found the going a little tough, with choking dust and a total lack of wind creating serious visibility problems. With the sun setting fast, there were growing concerns among those crews still waiting for their turn on the Super Special. To the disappointment of the large crowd, officials wisely decided to cancel the remainder of the Super Special. Day one of the Total Rally South Africa included 12 special stages in Centurion, Bronkhorstspruit, Woodbank, Hendrina and Ermelo. Cold rainy conditions greeted crews at the restart in Centurion. Special Stage 2 was run in the parking lot of a large shopping mall and was one of only 2 all-tarmac special stages on the event. The weather did not deter large groups of spectators from turning out to witness the action throughout the day. Multiple rally champion Jan Habig was in a cautious mood.
Quite a tough event, and it's long, and there's some places that are really tricky. So at this stage, the aim is to be very careful and get a good position at the end.
Jan Habig and Douglas Judd spearhead the Works Volkswagen attack on the South African Rally Championship in their Sasol VW Golf, finishing second overall on the season-opening Volkswagen Tour Natal. Off the start ramp and straight into the 1.9 kilometer special stage. Habig and Judd have rallied together for over 10 years and have been associated with Volkswagen since 1992. During the past 10 years, the pair have won numerous rallies overall and captured 2 national championships. Habig is known for his aggressive yet controlled driving style and is not an easy man to beat. Serge Damso started rallying in 1976 and has been associated with Toyota for 18 years. The 48-year-old driver hails from the Western Cape, and apart from numerous wins in regional and national championship events, he has won the coveted South African Rally Championship 8 times, all in Toyotas. He and Cape Town-based co-driver Guy Hodgson are the reigning champions and favourites to win in the locally developed and built A8 Castrol Toyota Corolla. Veteran Jart van der Velde and Cindy Harding have rallied together for 10 years, and this year have switched from their trusty Sasol VW Golf to the new locally developed Sasol VW Polo Player in the A7 class. Apart from the 2 VW Golfs in the A8 class, Volkswagen's primary focus is on the development of the Polo Player for competition use in all classes of South African rallying. Enzo Keen drives the second Works VW Golf.
You know, a car's a car. A front-wheel drive car, I love driving them. It suits my driving style, the left-foot braking. So, no, I think it's very much the same as the cars I've driven, like the Daewoo. The car is a bit heavy, but the handling is good. Power is, we're a bit off on what we had with the Daewoo's. But it's a tried and tested car. You know, Yanni's won a championship or 2 with it, so I think I'll be happy with the car, the reliability, that side, I'm happy with it.
Keen biled on the pressure, but had to be satisfied with the second quickest time, 15 seconds slower than teammate Habig. Team totals Etienne Lawrence and Robert Paisley were up next in the A6 Toyota Corolla RSI and found conditions a little slippery. Nevertheless, they managed to post the 9th fastest time on the special stage, only 22 seconds behind stage winners Habig and Judd. 23 seconds separated the top 10 crews. Damso won special stage 3 in Bronkhorstspruit, and then it was on to Woodbank in Mpumalanga province. Fresh from a second overall finish in the Namibian event, Briton John Lloyd and Kenyan Adrian Kavanagh were hoping to consolidate their position in the FIA African Rally Championship with a good placing on the Total Rally South Africa. Relative newcomer to rallying, Johnny Gemmell moved up to the N4 class this season and promptly finished 3rd overall and 1st in class on the Tour Natal in his L&J Plant Services Subaru Impreza. FIA African Rally Championship leaders Skalkberger and Fitzwanepoel could be relied upon to put on a steady performance. But for reigning FIA African Rally champion Satwan Singh, a non-finisher in Namibia, the pressure was really on. Trailing Berger by 10 points, the Zambian could only manage the 11th fastest time on the stage in the A8 Mobile Subaru Impreza, 27 seconds behind Berger, who posted the 5th fastest time. Fernando Rueda and Nick Haddon in the N4 Total Morocco Swallows Mitsubishi Lancer. The pair rolled out of contention on the Tour Natal and were hoping for a better finish this time out. Weather conditions deteriorated and the rain made the going rather tough for the crews as they headed for the Volverkrans coal mining area. The conditions did not deter the crowds or Jan Habik and Douglas Judd in the Sassel VW Golf. Neil de Villiers and Francois Jordan posted the fastest time in the Nissan hardbody but would not be classified. Habik was 17 seconds slower than the more powerful 3.5-litre Nissan on this stage but was the official rally leader. Sassel VW pair Chart Van der Walt and Cindy Harding were being plagued by alternator problems which slowed them considerably. The problem was later found to be a broken high-tension lead. You're on board with Enzo Keane in the Sassel VW Golf. Keane is regarded by many as one of the most talented rally drivers in South Africa. His father, Christo, is a former South African Navigators champion, while his uncle Jannie is a former South African Drivers champion. Rallying is very much part of the Faken family culture, with cousin Hergen also part of the Sassel VW team. All was not well for Serge Damso and Guy Hodgson in the Castrol Toyota Corolla. A leaking oil cooler after special stage 3 forced Damso to stop at the roadside and effect running repairs. After 5 special stages, Etienne Lawrence and Robert Paisley, who both hail from KwaZulu-Natal, were comfortable leaders in the A6 class in the Team Total Toyota Corolla. Hergen Faken moved to the Sassel VW team this season, and with co-driver Dave Lukowicz is always a force to be reckoned with. The talented youngster is a highly polished driver. Veteran rallyists Hannes Grobler and Richard Leek in the A7 Total Bridgestone Nissan Sentra were involved in a neck-and-neck battle with Hergen Faken. Grobler and Leek won the Namibia event overall in the Nissan hardbody off-road truck. Namibians Richard Himmel and Adolf Buertes were second in the A6 class in the ex-Damso championship-winning Toyota Corolla, but they would later be forced into retirement with a broken gearbox. Another crew that has moved up to the VW Polo player ranks is Tony Ball and Marty Ulifi. They form part of a 5-car factory team in the A7 class. Barry Grobler and Mike Burrows are part of the 5-car Sassel VW Polo player team in the A7 class and can always be relied upon to deliver a steady performance. A6 contenders Stefan van Dijk and Mark Pym were in contention until the motor of their Toyota Conquest blew later on in the special stage. With the rain bucketing down, the conditions became even more treacherous for crews like new VW signing Quibus Rus and Brendan Noonan. Rus is a former regional rally champion and the son of Chris Rus, a former top-rated rally driver. The service park at Volverkrans coal mine. 5 special stages run so far and the drama was starting to unfold.
The stage times, we've taken most of the stages this morning so far. Jannie's taken 3 off on this last one, so it's very close.
Time for co-drivers to compare stage times, but problems for Lawrence.
Yay! In the first 2 stages we had a fuel surge problem where I put a little tank in to feed the auxiliary pumps, but the auxiliary pump empties the tank out and the pump in the tank can't fill the little tank, so I bypassed that lot. Now I'm just running on the tank pump rather, and it seems to be working. And then now we unfortunately made a wrong tyre choice. Well, I had it right, but then they didn't put them on, so I lost a little bit of time now. But we'll see how it goes in the next one.
There were problems in the Sassel VW Camp 2. A telltale pool of oil beneath the car spelled problems for Enzo Keane as the technicians went about bypassing an oil cooler and hopefully solving the problem.
We had an oil cooler burst in early on in the stage, and we had to run cautiously through the stage to preserve the engine. You know, it's a 3-day event, so. But I'm a bit worried about the engine. It seems to be all right now. It's got good oil pressure again. We had to bypass the broken cooler.
I believe that we can nurse it through and just make sure that we repair it properly. And, you know, if it's a bearing that's a problem, it will break now pretty soon. So I think we'll give it a good bash now, and if it comes out of the next stage, we'll be okay for the rest.
Special Stage 6 at Volverkran's coal mine, and the rain is causing problems for Jan Habig and Douglas Judd in the Sassel VW Golf. A leaking air vent is not the sort of distraction one needs at high speeds and with poor visibility to boot. The engine in Enzo Keen's Sassel VW seemed to be holding out after the earlier oil cooler problems. On board now with Enzo Keen and Martin Werter in the Sassel VW Golf. A punctured left rear tyre slowed them and they dropped over 2 minutes on the leaders. The front-wheel drive cars were at a distinct disadvantage in the slippery wet conditions, and Serge Damso and Guy Hodgson had to settle for 4th fastest time behind 3 four-wheel drive contenders. Damso beat Jan Habig by 11 seconds on this 27.8 kilometer special stage. John Lloyd and Adrian Kavanagh set the 8th fastest time in the Mini Light Wheels Mitsubishi and seem to be getting to grips with the South African roads. 4-time South African touring car champion Haniel de Villiers hosted the fastest time in the spectacular Nissan hardbody off-road truck. But the man to beat was newcomer to the N4 class, Johnny Gemmell in the Subaru Impreza. Gemmell and co-driver Gideon Trollop were on a mission and posted the 2nd fastest time. 8 seconds adrift of Gemmell and Trollop with Skalkberger and Fitzswanepoel in a similar Subaru Impreza. The 4x4s were coming into their own in the wet conditions. Berger's objective is to amass as many FIA African Rally Championship points as possible and not become embroiled in potentially risky battles which could jeopardize his championship campaign. The man Berger wants to beat most is multiple African Rally champion Satwan Singh. The Zambian has won more championships than he cares to remember, but currently has 0 points versus Berger's 10 points. Singh and Kenyan co-driver Tom Muriuki powered the Mobil 1 Subaru to 9th fastest time on the special stage, 61 seconds slower than Berger. But what has happened to Fernando Rueda?
Yes, Arthur, well, you know, we broke our lower steering arm and we hit a bank and we rolled, put on his roof. So now with this weather it would have been perfect. I understand the four-wheel drives are going very quickly. Right now with this weather would have been fantastic.
Concerned looks from John Lloyd and Adrian Kavanagh as technicians tend to the Mini Light Wheels Mitsubishi Lancer. Veteran South African rally technician Andrew Cave in the grey shirt has been seconded to the team.
Well, it's fantastic rallying, but we thought we'd blown a head gasket on the previous stage. It now looks like it wasn't as bad as that. We ran through that 27k stage without a problem. Just had to have the heating on full in the car, so it's like being in Kenya. It's about 100 and something degrees in the car. But we got through 27k's and didn't overheat.
Everything seemed to be well under control in the Gemmell camp.
No, it's going well. I think we won that stage. The conditions seem to suit our car. And four-wheel drive's really working, and we're getting a bit of rain now, so it should liven up a bit later on in the day.
Service technicians prepare for the arrival of the Mobil 1 Subaru Impreza of Satwan Singh, who's been a regular competitor in international rallies held in South Africa in the past. Singh, like Skalkberger, was only concerned with a good placing in the FIA African Rally Championship category of the Total Rally South Africa.
The roads are getting very nice, but in this last stage you see the wiper came off and we couldn't see a damn thing, you know. And Skalk pulled a minute on us. That's bad, very bad. Normally seconds now, we are catching up He's still beating us, but we're narrowing the margin on the beating.
The 17,9 kilometer Sunflute special stage, and the light is beginning to fail as Jan Hubig and Douglas Judd power the Sassel VW Golf to another special stage win. Their teammates Enzo Keen and Martin Buerta retired after special stage 7 with a blown engine. Chad Van der Velde and Cindy Harding were on a charge in the A7 Sassel VW Polo Player, trying to make up time lost in earlier special stages. Piling on the pressure were Hannes Robler and Richard Leake in the total Bridgestone Nissan Sentra. Third fastest time on the special stage moved the pair into 5th place overall. Johnny Gemmell and Gideon Trollope had moved up into 3rd place overall after posting the 2nd fastest time on the special stage. The service point in Ermelo and a Taylor woe from Enzo Keen.
It's not going anywhere. The engine expired after we had a few oil pressure problems, and I think it could have damaged, we had an oil leak like we spoke earlier, and I think it could have damaged the internal parts, and it basically self-destructed. It's a pity because we would have loved to finish the event.
No such problems for official rally leaders Jan Hubig and Douglas Judd as service technicians tend to their Sassel VW Golf.
Yeah, it's been a bit slippery, and but so far we've had very little problems with the car. But we're having a tough time with the four-wheel drives because the stages that up until now have suited them, but maybe later tonight we'll be able to stretch our lead a bit.
VW Rally Supremo Johan Everter and Chad Van der Velde debate the cause that is plaguing the electrical system of the Polo Player, while Kenyan Tom Mariuki fools journalist Dave Ledbetter in on the day's events.
A few Ks in, car number 15, the Golf, was parked in a very dangerous place after a blind slow left. We nearly hit it.
Blind slow left.
Blind slow left, yes. They appeared to be changing a puncher and they hadn't put any necessary cautions out on the road. The other incident that happened in this stage was John Lloyd went off the road on a turn slow left, and we stopped to assist him, but broke the tow bar in front of our car. So we left him and continued.
It's going well up to now. It's the first time that the car had a good outing. The previous event was not good for us. We fell out after 4 stages, but so far so good, and it looks like we're leading A7. So we're very happy at the moment.
At the end of the stage, John Lloyd's Mini Light Wheels Mitsubishi was looking a little worse for wear.
Yeah. Hi. Yeah, I half a K from the end of that stage, I went into a ditch, got the middle of the car firmly wedged, and we lost half an hour. Miserable.
Running way down the field, but leading the event overall are Hanil de Villiers and Francois Jourdain.
No, it's very good so far. It's going a lot better on the dirt than it did on the tar in the beginning, but I guess that's what it's all about. And it's quite slippery in some places there, but we're just trying to keep it together and see how we can get through the stages without any damage or going off.
The final stage of the day near the center of Ermelo. A 9,4 kilometer gravel and tarmac route catered well for the large crowds who turned up to witness the action, with Hubig winning the stage. Etienne Lawrence and Robert Paisley continued to dominate the A6 class in the Team Total Toyota, with teammates JP Damso and Graham Hooper their nearest challengers. Mr. Consistency, Hannes Robler and co-driver Richard Leake put up an outstanding performance to end up second overall for the day. Chad Van der Velde and Cindy Harding made up last time and finished 4th overall for the day, while Skalkberger and Fitzwanepoel lead the FIA African Rally Championship category by a wide margin. Johnny Gemmell threw away 2nd place when he had an off-road excursion that dropped him down to 12th at the overnight stop. Jürgen Fecken was on a charge after losing a lot of time when he got stuck on an earth bank in stage 8. Crowd pleaser and unofficial rally leader Hanil de Villiers never put a foot wrong all day in his first ever rally and had 1 minute in hand over official leader Hubig. The overnight leaderboard. Hanil de Villiers and Francois Jourdain are the unofficial rally leaders, with Jan Hubig and Douglas Judd the first of the homologated cars and the official leader.